Okay, this lesson is on the engineering notebook. You will maintain an engineering notebook throughout this school year. I will issue an engineering notebook. Um, First thing we do is we have our name on the cover sheet, and then class period and a course. I'll print out actual labels to put on your notebook. All right, but the engineering notebook. So we go through this. The engineering notebook used to formally document in chronological order all work that is person performs related to a specific design project. It should be clear, complete, so that someone unfamiliar with the notebook of work could take it over and complete work on the project. In our case, it's going to be your body of work that you do for the year in this class. Okay, engineering notebook is recognized as a legal document that can be used to obtain a patent. The engineering notebook can be used to prove who originated the work, when they did that. It carefully and persistent work is turned into an idea into a solution when an idea becomes a working solution. So a patent is you have the rights to your creative ideas. So if you came up with something totally new and you wanted to get the patent on that, your notebook could prove that. How do we know that? We know that, well, we have certain sections of the notebook. Notebook title page, that is the outside cover of it. Table of content, yes, first two pages once you open the cover. Then all the pages are chronologically ordered, starting with number 1 all the way through to the end. We write on both sides of the paper. Okay. References, list of sources and site, names and positions of people you might contact for work if you have something where you need some assistance from someone else that is an expert in that particular field. Top of every page is going to have a title. You're going to write whatever it was that we were working on at that particular time. You're going to sign and date the bottom of the page before we go to another page. If something continues on, you can write it continues in the next page. So we start a new page. Yeah, meaning title at the top of the page, and documentation that this design was started previously entered on the page before, whatever. Click on those dots. Shows you. Okay. It shows that the person made an entry as to what they were doing. All right. So reading through what it says. And this just shows how we're continuing to fill out the page. If we have some graphs or we have some formulas, anything, we write the formulas in, not just the answer, but we write the formulas and then how you arrive at the answer. Clear label, figures, calculations. If you make an error, you simply are going to put one line through the error like this and your initials, and then write what's the correct answer is or correct information is. You don't mark out the page. It's just simply one little line, initial, write the correct information, keep going. Okay. If we come to the end of the page, at the end of the day, you're not going to use the rest of the page. Only maybe a little less than half the page is left. We do a single horizontal line across it and then sign and date it that we're not using the rest of that page. But we won't waste that whole page or only one little entry. If we have things we're going to put in the page, or I'll give you handouts, you're going to glue those in the page. All right, I'll give you glue sticks. We use glue sticks, not liquid glue, because we use both sides of the page. We use liquid glue, then it tends to mess up where the other side of the page, it may not be dry and you're trying to write over it. We don't use anything that's going to bleed through the pages, again, because you use both sides of the page. Blue or black ink only, okay? So insert something, it has some hash marks there, shows where that is, so if it falls out, you know what was supposed to be there. Your signature and the date, you put it in there, okay? Again, explaining what it is. Then, if you're not going to use the rest of the page, only got a small portion of the page left, horizontal line across it, initial it. That says I'm not going to use the rest of the page. Sign, date it. Won't need a witness unless it's something that we need to get the backup on. If we're working on something as a group, our team members' names goes there also. So this is reading through. If you're not going to use the rest of the page, X, cross it, your initials, indicating you're not using the rest of it. Okay? That is how we're going to document our engineering notebook. Okay. Again, it is a legal document. All right. Best practices. The book is already glued together, so we're not going to add or take any pages out. Okay, we use ink, blue black ink only. Only time we use pencils is if we were going to do some sketching. Again, the correct way to do that would be sketch it in pencil, then go back in ink, but ink only. Document all steps of the design process, include summaries, research, conversations you had with experts, whatever. Add periodic progress. If we're working on something that's going to take us a week or 2 weeks or something to complete, we're going to document along the way what we've done. Reflect on tasks accomplished and what we need to do for the future. Follow specific entry page guidance. What should you include in an engineering notebook? Records of everything you've done related to a project. Discovering the project, research, sketches and label descriptions, brainstorming, calculations, your daily thoughts and ideas, pictures, experts' names, if you had someone that was advising you on a particular project, work sections and meeting and summaries, test procedures, results, conclusions, digital technical drawings, and design modifications. Okay. Page entries. You've got the title. Okay. Pages are sequentially numbered. Annotate your sketches, calculations, single stroke through initials for mistakes. Glue in the items. Little hash mark says where was included in the page. Signature, date. If we are not going to use the rest of the page, can sign date. If we're working in groups, if we need a witness, most times we won't worry about that. We started on a previous page, we're going to continue on another page. Again, this another example, same page, tells us that the notebook is bound and everything we use in there. Okay. that gives us that information. Rubric is hi, I'm going to grade your notebook. So these are things we're looking for in your notebook. Who the notebook belongs to on the front of the cover. Bound, all pages, no pages added or removed. Use in order. You use the front and back of the pages. No pages left blank. In written for table of contents, shows what we're done, chronological order. Reference sections, all entries permanent in ink, not pencil. Footers design if needed, witness if not, but you will sign and date them. Should be neat and legible. Okay. Content accurate, complete, and thorough. So all this information is what we want to look for. And that's going to determine whether or not we are in a basic, proficient, or advanced as far as a grading on the notebook. Okay. Those are things I'm going to be looking for. So make sure that you are maintaining the notebook the way we need it to be maintained. Good. Where do we go? Okay. So that's our engineer notebook. And let me get back to it. No. Okay. So that's our engineering notebook. You will be required to maintain throughout the class. Okay.